Hey everybody, how you doing today? This is Vicious, and today I'm coming at you with a brand new product review. Today what we're going to be looking at is a new product from NuForce. This is their DAC system, and what this piece of equipment really is, just make it simple for the intro, it's a piece of equipment that's made to supplement already existing audio in your house. If you have a theater receiver like I have next to me in my bedroom hooked up to some speakers, in your living room you might have a speaker system or at least a high definition TV. Out in your garage you might have some speakers, and in your office you might have some speakers. These are all ways you can listen to music, but the speakers and the TV and stuff don't really play music on their own. What you probably find yourself doing day to day, either use your mobile phone, iPhone, Nokia, whatever the brand might be, or you're using your iPad or your other tablet that you use all the time to play all of your music and movies on. But there's a problem with those devices. They have really crappy built-in speakers. They suck. And you find yourself having to use headphones instead. But when you use headphones, you get stuck, you get tethered to a wire, and that can get in your way. Also, you're blocking out sound around you oftentimes when you're stuck using headphones, and they're just maybe not comfortable, and it's just not ideal. Maybe you don't want to carry your iPad around with you around the office while you're working. So this here is the solution to that. This is a wireless transmitter and a wireless receiver in one kit. So you're going to connect it to your iPad, you're going to connect it to your iPhone, connect it to your laptop, wirelessly transmit sound to the receiver, which then connects to your speaker system. That gives you the freedom to move around, listen to great music no matter where you're going, and enjoy that high quality sound without having to worry about losing quality from audio being wirelessly transmitted, and you don't have to worry about using the crappy built-in speakers. That's the introduction. Let's go ahead and hop over to the unboxing. I'll show you what comes in the box, and we'll go from there. Okay everybody, let me unbox this for you real quick. It's a pretty simple box, there's not a whole lot to it. You got the white outside with all the NuForce logos and all the information on the unit on the back. It slides out, it's kind of like a clamshell box on the inside, black, made out of a strong material, almost like you'd find in some of those higher end CD cases. And once you open it up, right there at the top facing you, you're going to have the transmitter, which is the small USB on the right, and the receiver, which is the larger black box on the left. Now depending on what kit you bought, the transmitter view will be different. The uTX is the USB transmitter and the ITX is the Apple transmitter. The receiver there is very simple again, just two gold-plated RCA plugs, that's for your audio out, and then one small hole for the DC input that you'll get from the power adapter. The USB is very small, as you can see compared to the size of my fingers, it's not very large at all. It's also kind of angled up, so I bet that helps with the reception. Take off that top layer of the box, and underneath you're going to find the product manual. Luckily the manual is not very thick or very complicated. It pretty much tells you plug it in, turn it on, you're good to go. There are no drivers to install, so there's no driver's disc here. And lastly, at the very bottom you'll find the AC to DC adapter that you need to power the receiver. It's got a decently long cable and it's very lightweight. Doesn't use up very much power, so you can pretty much plug it in and leave it on all the time. And that's it. That's the empty box, and that was the unboxing for you guys.
Now we'll go ahead and hook it up and tell you all about it.
Okay, so you saw what comes in the box. Just to make real quick note that the receiver unit is the same no matter which one you're buying. You can buy these kits that come with the receiver and the transmitter, or you can buy individual transmitters and receivers. The only thing different is that this is a USB transmitter made for laptops. It works for both Mac and PC. But there are also Apple product transmitters made for the MacBooks and the iPhones and things. Those are separate. I don't actually have an iPhone or a touchpad. Well, I have an HP touchpad. I don't have the Apple one, so I don't have any of those transmitters to show you. But what I want to get into first, as another way my reviews are really usually in-depth, is I want to talk about wireless music and its misconceptions. I think that wireless music didn't really get popular until the Bluetooth age kicked off. When smartphones started coming with Bluetooth, people started messing around with the Bluetooth receivers for their phones. This was a mono one-way thing. It was definitely made just for voice. But it wasn't until very long people started suggesting and wanting to listen to their music with stereo headphones. Bluetooth didn't actually do that when it came out. It was later introduced with a new protocol called A2DP. This was the wireless music transmission for Bluetooth, and it worked, but people quickly discovered that it didn't work great. the sound quality was not perfect. And sometimes, especially high-end audio quality, connoisseurs would just bash wireless music. They would bash it. They would assume if you came in and you asked for a pair of wireless headphones or some kind of wireless speakers that you were an idiot and you deserve to die, because music should never be played through such a means. And when it comes to Bluetooth, that's kind of sometimes the way it was. You were trading quality for convenience, and in a lot of cases convenience won. Athletic people having to run down the road and they were listening to their music off of their phone or off of their MP3 player didn't want that wire getting tangled up. I mountain bike ride. I'm not going to be mountain biking through trees and then have a wire get caught on a tree branch and rip my eyeball out because it got snagged on my headphones. So wireless beats convenience, and wireless is convenience, and it sometimes wins out over the sound quality. But the reason why it was like that is because Bluetooth, again, was not designed with music in mind. Bluetooth came out as a data transfer protocol for things like Bluetooth mice, Bluetooth keyboards, lots of other Bluetooth things. Even the Nintendo Wii, which is sitting behind my computer monitors, the remote that you use uses Bluetooth. So it was more of a secondary thing they added on. We have the wireless technology to transmit full high-definition video. Wireless in the Wi-Fi protocol that your laptop uses has enough bandwidth and technology there. You can send movies from one side of your house to the other. So if you have technology that advanced, then how come you can't send something as simple as a music file from your portable music player to your speakers without loss of sound? And it was all about the protocol. So that's why NuForce, inside of this device, they have a brand new protocol called SKAA. And I won't go into a lot of detail about SKAA. I will let you go look at the link in the description of the video. Just know that SKAA was created specifically for music. It's a wireless transmission protocol. It has a few neat features that I'll point on. One, that it's CD quality audio. So that means it's really high quality. I'm not going to say it is bit perfect. I'm sure if somebody hooked up some kind of scope and monitored the wavelength that some little variance would show up in there. But for day-to-day people, even for high-end audio listeners like myself, CD quality audio is perfectly fine, and it's not going to be like Bluetooth. Also, the other thing is that it works across multiple transmitters and multiple receivers. You can have 4 receivers and 4 transmitters in the same area, and that button on the top, what that does is, if I had 4 different devices playing, if I press this button, it toggles through the different transmitters so I can listen to different things. And same thing for different receivers. If I have one of these in the kitchen area and one in my living room area, I can be playing music off of my laptop and listen to it in the kitchen, and then I can go listen to it in the living room. So it's really neat. It's a really neat device. It's not very big. It's about the size of my hand. Very light. It uses a power cable, so you don't have to worry about batteries dying on you. The USB runs off of the power of your device, and then the Apple adapter also runs off the power of your device. So unlike also, again, problem Bluetooth devices have, no battery problems here. So that's my introduction to wireless technology, and just letting you know that, hey, don't be scared of this device. Don't fall victim to the common misconceptions that wireless music sucks and it sounds horrible. And in this case, check out SKAA, find out some more information on it, see if this product's right for you. So now let's go into reviewing the unit and telling you all about how to use it. I'm actually going to set it up, give you some practical examples of it in use, and then from there I'll give you my final thoughts and conclusions, and that'll be the end of the review. Okay guys, here we are. This is my best take at trying to give you a practical example. I never do this kind of filming. So here you are, you're in your kitchen and it's dishes time. Don't judge me. This is my kitchen. So, doing dishes sucks, right? And you might want to put some music on, because for me, music is everything. And when I'm listening to music, I can work a lot better and the work doesn't seem as dull. So what you might do, you might go get your phone, your iPad, or in my case, my laptop. This proves how much I love you, by the way, because I would never put my laptop near my kitchen. And you put some music on. Built-in speakers on laptops freaking suck. But this laptop actually has really good speakers, just so you know. So you play some music, and you got your music going, and you go back to doing your dishes. And this is what you'd be stuck with if you're using your built-in speakers. So I hear it, I hear the treble, I hear the mids a little bit, I hear the overexposed highs. But why would I sit here and listen to this when all I would have to do, since I'm right next to the living room? Let's see here. We'll stop this. first time I plugged it in, it automatically just picked up the new speakers, but since I'm plugging in it the second time, I'm going to go from where you're not going to be able to see this on my camera, not with this light reflection in here, and this horrible focus, but it says, you know, speakers, SKAA transmitter. I'm just going to say set that to my default device. Hit OK, and now I'm going to go back to play music. There you go. That's not coming from the laptop anymore. It's coming from over in the living room. And now when I gotta do dishes, I got lots of good sound in here. So as lame as it might be, you get the example. So that's actually where I'm going to leave my receiver. I'll go ahead and get back behind my good microphone right now. I'm talking into this, which is behind me, and we'll sum up the review, talk about some good ideas of how to use this device, and let you guys know if you should buy it or not. Okay everybody, it's time for us to bring everything to a close. My reviews are always pretty long-winded, and that's because I like them to be detailed, and right now I'm at about 11 minutes of footage, so let's try to keep it under 15. So far I was able to bring you a lot of different things. I brought you a really quick unboxing video so you know what you're going to get inside. I told you how the product works and what are some very practical uses for it. And, you know, just actually gave you a practical example of using it by showing you out in my kitchen and my living room what you can do with it. Some other really cool common ideas that I thought about would be like the guy who likes to sit at home in his living room and he's on the couch with his iPad watching YouTube videos or something. Why deal with those built-in speakers on your iPad when your speaker system is right there in front of you? Get that little adapter, hook it up to your receiver, then you can watch your YouTube videos or listen to music on your nice big speakers. If you're someone who works in your own office because you're the boss, how about having your laptop hooked up to some speakers inside of your office? That would be neat as well. So there's lots of practical uses. One thing I want to touch on real quick is DACs, digital to analog converters. I've reviewed a few of them from NuForce. I have the HDP, for instance. I want you to know that a DAC is your sound card. It's what takes the digital files from your computer and transfers them into an analog format for your speakers to play. It's important to know that this device not only is just a wireless transmitter, but it's also a DAC, and it's taking all that really important function of converting your files over and doing it at a very high quality level. So this means your audio chain of quality, which starts at the source of your file and ends at your speaker, is not going to get destroyed somewhere early on by having a poor sound card. So I'd recommend again you watch one of my DAC videos where I go into a lot more detail on DACs and understand why that's important, and also why that's a part of why this product is what it is. So being a very critical and constructive reviewer, I will look for any things that I can say could be done better or were bad about the unit. I haven't found anything bad about the unit. I liked everything about it. When it comes to things that could be done better, I had one thing that I kind of thought would be really neat. There's the Apple transmitter and there's the USB transmitter for Mac and PC. One thing I wish I had, if you're someone like me and you don't have an Apple device, I would love to have a 1/8 inch headphone adapter that goes to a transmitter. And that way I could use all of my non-computer USB devices and all my non-Apple devices with the AirDAC receiver and have that very high convenience of having wireless sound. Now I understand the point of having the DAC there is so you don't lose any quality of sound early on, and you would lose some quality of sound if you were going from analog to a transmitter. But like I said, convenience beats out quality in a lot of cases, and I would give up what little bit of quality I would lose to have the convenience of using more devices with the NuForce system. So when NuForce catches my review and they see that idea, I hope that it happens, because I'd be more than happy to purchase that as a third transmitter type. That would let you use your Nintendo DS, your non-Apple phones, your MP3 players. All that stuff could be used with this wireless system so that you can play your small devices on your big speakers. I think that's a great idea. But all in all, I enjoyed using the device. I find it very handy. I use it with my mixer at home for DJing. I'm now going to use it outside where you saw that practical use video. Whenever I'm doing dishes and stuff, I can play music and have the bigger speakers playing. A lot of uses for it. So hopefully you found the review very informative. And if you have any more questions, just ask me. I'm always the kind of person who reads every comment on my videos and we'll answer you if it's a good question. Also, best way to thank me for doing the reviews and taking the time to put so much effort into it. Say thanks by giving it a thumbs up. That's, the greatest thing you can do for YouTube video producers is thumbs up their videos. And remember, this is a technology channel, so if you like the kind of content that I produce, if you subscribe to the channel, you'll make sure you don't miss anything else I produce in the future. So this was Vicious. I hope you guys enjoyed everything, and I'll see you next time.